Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the build of our van. And today is going to be pretty exciting because today we hang some cabinets. So I've been looking forward to that for a while, and I want to get those up in place. That way I can station my bed, and then I can know where the rest of the cabinetry is going to be, and we can get started on knocking those out. So stay tuned. You'll see how we hang these things, and hopefully they turn out okay. Alright, so before we get started, I thought I'd share something with you. So over the Labor Day weekend, they had Adventure Van Expo in Redmond, Oregon, and so I went there. It was the first van expo that I went to since the 70s, believe it or not. And they had some fantastic vans there, mostly all Sprinter vans, custom built by companies. And I went there to purchase something, actually. And as I was walking around looking at all the Sprinter vans, I bought something, left to put it out in my car, and I kind of felt a little discouraged after leaving that first trip there, because those vans are like pristine. They use the right product, the right wood, everything is just immaculate. But it was missing something. Out of all the vans I saw, it was missing something. So I went back in to make another round, and there was another gentleman there with a Promaster van, and I think he had the biggest crowd. His was a custom, he did it all himself, and it looked really nice. And then it hit me what it was that made his different than all these Sprinter vans, $100,000, $200,000 plus, is his had a touch of a home feel to it. Just when you walked in, it was warm, and I liked it. It was really nice. So that's exactly what I needed to get my spirits back up, because I know that my build would never turn out like any of these Sprinter vans that I saw. These guys have the tools and the materials, and wow, they looked really good. But that Promaster had that home and warm feeling, and when I left, I was like, that's what this is going to be. So yeah, Sprinter vans look nice and all that good stuff, but they all look the same. They were pretty sterile, and yeah. But while I was there, I walked around to a couple of booths, and I purchased these window shades. The first booth I went to was Van Made Gear, and so they have the side slider window, and I like these because they have the magnets all the way around, and when you do put them up, they really lock in place and block out the light. I also purchased the driver and a passenger side window shades. So they didn't have the black, they had the khaki and the reflectix on one side. So I walked around before I bought these, and I went to another booth. I think those were called Adventure Van. Now, here's my experience. When I went to Van Made Gear, those guys stopped whatever they're doing, came over, and yeah, everything was about Sprinters. But when I asked about Promaster, they said, sure, we've got stuff. They took me back, showed me their inventory. They didn't have the color I want, so I moseyed on. I figured I'd go over to Adventure Van, see what they had. They had some nice products there. They got their booth set up, two guys sitting under the tarp, one in another van showing somebody something. A lot of inventory laying around. All these pieces, sets and everything for sale. And when I walked up, one of the gentlemen got up, and he was pretty eager to talk to me. And when I mentioned the word Promaster, I mean, he went right back over and sat down, and I asked him, do you have any window shades for the Promaster? And he says, take a card, you'll have to talk to that guy, or you can buy them online. So I left that booth with a pretty bitter taste against Adventure Van. I know they got some good product, but customer service is 100% on my list. So I went back to the van made gear, and I said, can I see that set one more time? And this gal, her name I believe was Ashley, she was eating lunch. I busted up her lunch. She stopped what she was doing, set everything down, pulled out the set, made a sail. So I got the side curtains, I got the front shades, and I was pretty happy with it. Got home, installed everything in the van when I realized that they sold me a set, window shades for the front, both for the passenger side. So I was a little let down about that. I was like, oh man, I should have checked it when I was there, and I didn't want to drive back the next day. I didn't want to have to pay to get back in, and so I sent them an email, and I'm telling you, like within 2 days, because it was a holiday, they sent me the right piece that I needed. I sent them back the piece that I didn't need, the extra piece, and they were so pleasant, so helpful. And if you're looking for window shades for the sides, for the front, and for the back, go with Van Made Gear. Those people will do you right. They stop whatever they're doing. Very pleasant and prompt emails. Communication was great. Adventure Van? No. I know they have good product, but because of that experience with those people brushing me off, I don't even think I'll check out their website anymore. So I'm happy with my purchase, happy with Ashley, happy with Simon. Those guys are top notch. So let's get on with hanging our cabinets. Alright, we're going to get ready to start hanging this cabinet. Got my two favorite helpers here. This is my son Alex, my grandson Caden. And all three of us are going to put this up here, get things mounted. Ready? Let's do it. Looks good. What do you think? Thumbs up?
Much quicker than I thought.
Alright, we got one more cabinet to do. We're going to set it up here, get a few more screws in it, and then my helpers will be free. And I think they're going to be glad about that. So, let's go ahead and get this one installed, and yeah, watch your head. Alright, all that's left now is to finish out all the screws to the ceiling and the rest of the back, and looking good. And a big thanks to my help, grandson, big son. Couldn't have done it without him. Alright, we'll get some shots of what it looks like. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty stoked actually, so cool. Thank you guys. Alright, so the cabinets are in, and fastened down and looking real good. A couple of little things that we have to do. We'll still have to make some adjustments once we figure out what size of handles we're going to put on here, and a little bit of touch up on the paint. Other than that, looking good. So we've got it fastened here along the back and along the top here, and we've got our nice little cubby in here, each one. Oh yeah. I'm liking that. It looks pretty cool in here. It's hard for you to see. It's pretty dark in here actually, but oh yeah, looks really cool. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do next is just take the lights, go ahead and just put those in the holes, clean everything up real nice and pretty like, and then worry about wiring up the lights here later. And I think next after this one is we'll probably go ahead and get the bed set, so I know where to put all my seating and cabinetry and all that good stuff. And then we'll drop a few measurements in between, make sure we're pretty parallel, and then down to the floor to make sure we're at the right height on both sides, making sure things are symmetrical. So that's where we're at, and it's looking good. Alright, just for grins, we're going to go ahead and install these puck lights in here. Just going to put the wiring through and just put these in and see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm getting anxious. They look gorgeous. Now it's probably getting difficult to see in here, but because it's getting dark, sun's going down. But I did want to take a couple of measurements across here just to see where we land. And in between the cabinets here at the front, I have 39. Yep, 39. And in the back, in between the cabinets, 39. It's like the exact measurement front and back, so that's parallel. That's good. And then if I drop from the front here to the floor on this side, I have 60 and a 16th. On this side, I have 60 and 16th. Yeah. And in the back, $60 and a 16th. On this side, this side, 59 and 15/16. 1/8 inch out on the back side. Well, you'll never know it if this is in the water. So we are doing good. So it's just one side here could be the top that has brought it down, but all the other measurements are lining up, so I'm happy with that. Good deal. Alright, so the lights are in. We don't have anything wired up. I'll get those wired up at some point. We still have to have handles on here. I think next is I'm going to go ahead and install the bed frame. We'll get that up, and then we can start locating where we want all the cabinets. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to do the layout yet, but when I get to that point, I'll do something. Cool. Alright, well, thanks for checking out this short video, and I hope you do go check out Van Made Gear. Like I said at the beginning, customer service top notch. They did me really well. Okay, stay tuned for some more coming up, and we'll get this thing underway. And if you made it this far, I appreciate it. And as always, stay tuned.